Hey neighbor, this is Randy, owner of Professional Floor Covering, welcoming you back to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Not only are we on the launch pad to a holiday weekend, the Labor Day holiday weekend, we have a world-famous brat fry happening tomorrow. So join us at the new location for JB Mechanical. Their new home is at 805 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. We will be there with our world-famous brat fry between 11 and 1 tomorrow. $2 for that tasty Pernat brat and a beverage. And we get to celebrate with JB Mechanical because they are celebrating 8 years as your local HVAC contractor, and they service commercial, residential, and industrial clients. And you'll have a chance not only to enjoy that great $2 lunch, but to register for some amazing prizes during the Brat Fry tomorrow at JB Mechanical. You can register to win a furnace, a fall preventative maintenance check on your heating system, filter, 2 sets of Brewers tickets will be up for grabs, and you do have to register during the Brat Fry between 11 and 1, and the winners will be drawn at 1 o'clock. So that's a lot to look forward to. And wait, there's more. We apparently did not get our fix of race cars when we were at the Dodge County Fair. They are so cool. There will be numerous local race cars on display tomorrow during our Brat Fry at JB Mechanical. You'll have a chance, of course, to check out those great race cars, meet the drivers, take some photos, even hop in a car if you want, and support our great local race community. So all those things happening tomorrow during our world famous Brat Fry at JB Mechanical, 11 to 1 tomorrow at their new location, 805 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. Our Brat Fry is powered by AmeriGas, and we do have a couple more before we wrap up our Brat Fry season. So please take a couple of minutes and check out the Brat Fry page at dailydodge.com. Amy Hudson here with you in the Summerland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com and also on our YouTube channel. We will be off to the movies, back to school style, next hour with myself, Ninja, and Wally, who is again producing Hometown Today this morning. Thank you, Wally, and I love your sports shirt today, and you'll have to let us know if your mom is listening. She was listening yesterday and checking out the stream. Really happy to welcome back and introduce our guest this hour, Karen Lanser. We first had a chance to meet Karen. It was just, I don't know, within like maybe a few minutes of wrapping up the Good Karma Brands Don Moser Children's Radiothon. Karen is the founder and president of Heroes for Heroes, and we're going to talk about a great event that is right around the corner, their second annual Heroes Fest coming up on Sunday, September 8th. Welcome back, Karen.
Thank you, Amy, for having me. I'm so excited to be here again.
Oh, we are so happy to have you here. For folks that may have missed when you were on, was that back in June? It was.
Yeah.
Wow. Just like that. We were coming off of, the radiothon, so there was so much happening, and I'm so glad that you just like jumped into the mix, with all the activity that was happening here in the building. And when Charlie and I had stumbled across the event that you were here to talk about back in June, the Mission Mocktails and Munchies event,
yes,
that caught our eye. And what was more important is Heroes for Heroes, what you do and how you help our veterans and first responders. So we have an awful lot to talk about because you really have an amazing day planned for your second annual Heroes Fest coming up on Sunday, September 8th. But for folks that may not know about Heroes for Heroes, being a nonprofit, tell us what it is all about and what inspired you to start it. But first, after you give a shout out to your friends and your coworkers that are listening today.
Oh, yeah. They warned me they would be listening, so if you are listening and watching, thank you for your support. And don't use my words against me that this is building team morale. We'll talk about that later, but thank you all for listening and supporting us. So.
Absolutely. It's nice that they're tuned in. So tell us about Heroes for Heroes and what inspired you to start such a wonderful nonprofit organization.
Awesome. So Heroes for Heroes, we are a small local nonprofit. I founded it in 2019. We run solely on donations, purely on volunteers. There are no paid positions. And our big mission is to raise money for veterans and first responders to get fully trained service dogs. The average cost of a dog is between $17,000 and $20,000.
Wow.
And there are hundreds and hundreds of veterans that could use that help and support. So we try to raise money for that. We try to build a community of support around them so they know they're not alone through different events we do and coffees and things like that. As well as I also try to give back to our community and those businesses that support us by having events such as the Mission Mocktails, and we do a cocoa and cider walk in January.
Oh, fun.
Just to bring people into businesses that again, support us.
That means so much,
yes.
doesn't it?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And just want to say, thank you to everybody that does donate to us. Please come to Heroes Fest because we will have our veteran who received the dog last year there.
Oh, wonderful.
So you can see the life-changing effect anyone and everyone that attends our events or donates to us that you have, because it's truly everyone else that supports us. So.
Do you want to launch into some of the details about
Sure.
your second annual Heroes Fest, or should we maybe share one of the stories that you brought in
Sure.
before we launch into these great things that will be happening on Sunday, September 8th? When we were together back in June, you had brought in a couple of stories to share from veterans who have benefited from Heroes for Heroes, and just so very touching and moving. And so thank you for bringing in more stories today. And I have not read these right now, so forgive me if I stumble a little bit, but we're going to start with this one. I want to start by expressing my gratitude for taking the time to listen to my story. My name is Michael. I joined the U.S. Army as an infantryman at the age of 18, serving with the 1st Armored Division, 1st Infantry Division, and 44th Medcom. I poured my heart and soul into my service, never anticipating the battles that would follow me home. It began with minor issues, nightmares that shattered my sleep, and irritability that strained my relationships. These symptoms grew into debilitating migraines, leading to diagnosis of TBI and PTSD. Leaving the Army was one of the hardest things I've ever done. The freedom I once longed for felt like a burden too heavy to bear. Surrounded by my family, I felt an overwhelming sense of loneliness. Simple things sparked intense anger. It was as if the world was racing past me while I stood still, screaming for help inside my head. I couldn't show this weakness to others. I feared they wouldn't understand. In the midst of this chaos, I found comfort in animals. Their unconditional love and non-judgmental presence provided a sanctuary for my weary soul. With them, I found a companion who listened without judgment, offering solace in my darkest moments. Thank you for hearing me out. It's really beautiful. Yep. That's really beautiful. So we'll share the other story later on in the show. This is such a wonderful organization, and you're helping so many veterans. So you have your second annual Heroes for Heroes Fest coming up on Sunday, September 8th. Will be happening from 10 to 3. Let's talk about some of the cool things that are happening on September 8th, Karen, because you really have a wonderful day planned.
We're pretty excited. I do want to give a shout out to the team that is making this happen, because it does take a village to make all of our activities happen. But from 10 to 3, down at Bears Brothers Cafe in Watertown. Starting about 10:30, there is a dog walk, Pause for Heroes dog walk. It's a walk at your own leisure. Do the route as many times as you'd like. Just come and enjoy. And then at 12, the American Legion Post 189 Honor Guard is going to do a military ceremony. They're going to walk us through a flag folding and what each fold means. We'll do taps. We'll have a gun salute. And we have someone who will be singing the national anthem for us.
Oh, nice.
Just a beautiful voice as well.
Well, and I really like and appreciate that they're going to explain what each of the folds mean, because so many of us have been to memorial services and celebration of life events, and we see that, but not a lot of people know what those folds mean, and they're very significant.
Yep. So I know I will be having a stack full of Kleenex, so if you come, bring Kleenex. And then we have the Wisconsin Army National Guard. The Watertown unit will be there with a Humvee.
Oh my goodness, those are big. Those are really big. The kids are going to love that.
Kids, I think a lot of adults
the grown-ups too. That's right.
Myself
for sure.
included. I'm excited for that one. Hopefully they won't know it's missing.
I think that they might find you, Karen.
They might.
They might.
At 12:30, or about 12:30, we will have Watertown Police Officer Hensley and Canine Officer Chance will be doing a canine demonstration for us, just to help share what our law enforcement officers can do, both
Those are-
two-legged and four-legged.
Have you seen those demonstrations before? They are fabulous, and again, that will really be something to see and to enjoy, and especially for folks that have never experienced that. There's a lot of power in those demonstrations,
And it's neat to see, like, and he takes questions afterwards. So seeing our community get involved and ask questions and learn, I think is just a huge thing to help put our law enforcement officers in a positive light. So
Yeah,
I appreciate
absolutely.
them coming.
Anytime we have a chance to do that, we should.
Oh, yes.
We're talking this morning with Karen Karen Lanser. I almost forgot your last name, Karen. Sorry about that. Karen is the founder and president of Heroes for Heroes, and we're talking about the upcoming second annual Heroes Fest, which is happening on Sunday, September 8th, 10 to 3 at Bears Brothers Cafe in Watertown. And we're just getting started on all the fun that is planned throughout the day. Of course, we'll continue our conversation with Karen here on Hometown Today, which is brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor, and so much more. And wow, back to school time before we know what the holidays are going to be here. Time goes by so very quickly. Don't put off those projects that you want to get done in your house, whether it is flooring throughout. Right now would be a great time to do that. 12 months interest free on all of the flooring at Professional Floor Covering. So you'll really have fun looking through all of the different types of flooring and the styles. They have an impressive selection of all types of flooring, whether it's LVP, that luxury vinyl plank, maybe it's porcelain tile, carpet, hardwood, area rugs. You will find it at Professional Floor Covering, and find it 12 months interest free. And if you're thinking you want to do some upgrades in your bathroom, don't be intimidated. It doesn't have to break your budget, and it doesn't have to take weeks and weeks to get it done. If you want that bathtub out of there, that can easily happen thanks to the team at Professional Floor Covering. Get that bathtub out of there, put in a beautiful walk-in shower, and you'll feel much better about that. You won't have to deal with the bathtub. You'll feel safe. You don't have to worry about dealing with that and how long you can stay in your home. And if it's kitchens that you want to upgrade, yes, the team at Professional Floor Covering can help you in that room as well. Kitchen designs, they can draw up your ideas so you can look at it, pick out cabinet door styles and features, countertops, of course, flooring, and again, something that can be really budget friendly. So reach out to the team. Stop over at the showroom at 713 Park Avenue. Have that free in-store consultation and get moving on all of those projects. Professional Floor Covering Your Floor, and so much more. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hey, it's Randy from Professional Floor Covering. You're listening to Hometown Today on the 5,000 watt flamethrower on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Wow, I just took a look at the forecast. It is a very thorough log forecast as we go all the way through Labor Day. And really, all you need to know is it's going to be nice this weekend. We're going to have a little bit of rain, most likely tomorrow morning. But lovely day today, hovering right there in the low 80s. Same story for tomorrow, despite the rain. Same on Saturday and Sunday. And Labor Day is actually going to be the cool day, 73 degrees. And keep in mind that this Sunday is Best Damn Fest. Best Damn Fest Take 2, all right? So we had some weather that wasn't so good to have the fireworks before, and it's all happening this Sunday, and the day looks beautiful. It's going to be sunny, high near 74, and Tahoe Park is where you're going to want to be this Sunday for Best Damn Fest Take 2. Make sure you check out the Facebook page and their website. You'll get the schedule of events. A few things aren't happening, like the cardboard boat regatta. That has been canceled, but you can still get pre-registered to enjoy those fabulous pontoon boat rides that will start at 12:30. Live music will be happening from 1 to 4 with Mike Roddy and Elwood. The Beaver Dam Muskies water ski show from 4 to 5:30, and the fireworks will get going right around 8 o'clock. Food and bevies available for purchase, and it's going to be a great time. Again, lovely holiday weekend that we get to experience, and perfect day on Sunday for Best Damn Fest Take 2 at Tahoe Park in Beaver Dam. A date that you're going to want to get on your calendar right now is Sunday, September 8th, and get ready for a day of fun supporting such a wonderful cause. It is the second annual Heroes Fest that will be happening on Sunday, September 8th from 10 to 3 at Bears Brothers Cafe in Watertown. So happy to have Heroes for Heroes founder and president Karen Lanser with us here this morning on Hometown Today. We didn't even get through everything that is happening for the day, so we want to do that. Obviously, things went well last year with your very first Heroes Fest. So great that it's happening again this year. When you talk about the volunteers, Karen, and how essential they are, because it's a lot of fun to plan this day. It's also a lot of work. So big thank you again to all your volunteers that are helping. So I think we left off we talked about the canine demonstrations with Watertown Police Officer Hensley and the canine officer Chance. Is that right, or is Chance is the dog, right?
Yeah, Chance,
okay.
Chance is the cute one, the one everyone wants to come and see.
Oh, that'll start at 12:30. I noticed when we had, Ninja, do you remember the name of the canine dog for the Beaver Dam Police Department? Boomer. So Boomer was with us. Anytime you want to bring a dog with you, you're more than welcome to do that. But Karen, I found myself talking softer when Boomer was with us. There was nothing to be frightened of, but just beautiful, majestic dogs. So I didn't want to get in any trouble during the interview. So those canine demonstrations start at 12:30. Again, part of the fun for the second annual Heroes Fest. You've got live music.
Yes. And if you didn't catch it beforehand, which if you didn't, why were you not listening since the beginning of the show? We have a military ceremony that's going to be put on at noon, and then the police canine demonstration that you talked about. We have 2 live musicians coming. Abby Spencer Music, she'll be there from 10 to about noon, and then Tim O'Grady Jr. will be 1 to 3 in the afternoon.
Fun.
In addition, we also have a DJ that's going to be playing music on the other end of the property.
Oh, I love
for
this.
those at the dog park area. We have raffles, silent auction. One thing that we try to have at all of our events is Battle of the Branches.
Oh, what's that?
So they're just donation jars, but it's to kind of invoke that competitive spirit in our military and first responders, and just it's a fun way for them to donate, and then whichever branch wins, donates the most money, gets bragging rights until our next event.
I like it.
It's a fun time, and love seeing everyone kind of get engaged in that and watching the jars to see who has the most at one point in time. So it's a good time.
Sounds like a really good time. And raffles and silent auctions.
Yes.
Can you share any of the items that maybe have already come in? Like, what will folks have a chance to support and win?
So a couple of silent auction items I know about, because like I said, I have a fabulous team that's taking care of this. But we have a bike that was donated from Watertown designer designed the bike.
Oh, wow.
And she works at Pacific Cycle, so she donated another one to us again this year.
Okay, those are really nice bikes. That is
They're
so
gorgeous.
very generous.
Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh.
Okay, that's wow. Even if that right there is enough, but there's more.
There's more, but wait, there's more. We have a 36-inch Blackstone grill that's been donated.
Very nice.
We have a 65-inch TV that's going to be on
Wow.
our silent auction. We have a local artist who has donated 3 fabulous paintings, and he will also be on site to talk to anyone that's interested. And I think they said he might be painting.
Oh, wow.
But I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, we have the businesses have been overly generous with donating to help us out. So a ton of gift cards, all kinds of baskets and dog baskets, and yeah, I'm super excited to see what we have.
Yeah, it's going to be a great day. Again, this is happening Sunday, September 8th at the Bears Brothers Cafe in Watertown. 10 to 3 is the time frame for the second annual Heroes Fest. For those that may just now be tuning in, we're talking with Karen Lanser. She is the founder and president of Heroes for Heroes. And when you talk about that great support from sponsors, from businesses, that's because you're doing really great work that is really making a difference. And we'll continue our conversation with Karen here because we got to talk about the food. You're going to have a ton of really great food at the second annual Heroes Fest, again happening on Sunday, September 8th. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. When we talk about how quickly time goes, you really only have a couple of days to make your way over to McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam to check out all the savings happening as a part of their Labor Day sale. This is a store-wide sale. McKinstry's believes that everyone who labors really has made America strong, prosperous, and a great country. So they are celebrating Labor Day with this store-wide sale. The showroom is full of sofas, reclining sofas, sectionals, and chairs at unbeatable savings, like the Lazy Boy rocker recliners that Ninja and I really want in the Daily Dodge TV studios. Those start at only $389. You're also going to save big on Simmons Beauty Rest and Simple mattresses. Dining room and bedroom sets also marked down for the Labor Day event. And McKinstry's has such a gift for pulling rooms together. One of the things I enjoy about going through the store is all these really cool accessories and the pretty pictures that they have. Those finishing touches really bring a room together, and the team at McKinstry's can help you do that. They also offer all the latest styles, all designed to fill your home with comfort and quality. So don't miss out. Discover the Labor Day Savings event at McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and the sale ends this Saturday, August 31st. We will continue our conversation with Karen Lanser, the founder and president of Heroes for Heroes. We will be heading over to the Daily Dodge News Center for local news, sports, and weather update, and we'll get it going with an update from ABC News here on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hi, this is Randy, owner of Professional Floor Covering, and you're listening to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hometown Today, all about bringing our friends and neighbors together for great conversations. If you have an event coming up in your hometown, someone that you would like to have on the show, let us know. You can make that happen really easily by simply sending an email off to WBEVHometown@GoodKarmaBrands.com. Welcome back. Amy Hudson here with you in the Slumberland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at DailyDodge.com and also on our YouTube channel. So if you have yet to subscribe to Daily Dodge TV on YouTube, I don't want to be bossy, but you should really do that and click the notifications icon so you don't miss any of the happenings here at 100 Bill McCullum Way or when we're out covering local sports or community events. Happy to have back with us here this morning on Hometown Today, Karen Lanser. She is the founder and president of Heroes for Heroes, which is a nonprofit organization that raises money to support local veterans and first responders by providing them with fully trained service dogs at no cost. And Karen, one of the things that you shared early on during our conversation is that the average cost for a dog is between $17,000 and $20,000.
Yes.
So again, a tremendous thank you to you and to all of the volunteers that help you pull together events like the second annual Heroes Fest, which is coming up on Sunday, September 8th. Bears Brothers Cafe, which is a great place in Watertown, will be your destination on Sunday, September 8th. The fun is happening from 10 to 3. We've been walking through some of the events and what the day will hold, and I could not get over all of the great food that is going to be there, in addition to all the fun. And, we want people to check out the Facebook page for all of those details. And when I had mentioned to you off air, like, wow, look at all these food vendors you have. You're like, yeah, and then we have 40 vendors for people to shop. So what can folks expect for that food to enjoy and some of the vendors that will be there?
For our food vendors, we tried to have a wide selection to help any taste. We have some barbecue with Iron Pig barbecue truck. We have Bangin' Burgers out of Oconomowoc that has delicious burgers. New this year, we have Mike's Brunch and Lunch, which they are fabulous crepes.
So you just
almost a full meal.
Yeah, go for breakfast
Yeah.
because the event starts at 10 and crepes are fantastic. And there's more. You've got Pizza Ranch, Quacky Jacks. Okay, that's fun. What is that?
Grilled cheese, specialty grilled
perfect.
cheese. Oh, and
I like that.
They're fabulous as well. Like everything is fabulous. I'm gonna get fat just eating the food at the event. So
Steel Tank Brewing will be there, and the Score NA Bullpen. You mentioned mocktails will also be available for folks.
Steel Tank Brewing, they brew their own, and they are veteran owned. And then the Score Bar and Grill, their NA Bullpen, they'll be there with mocktails.
And you also shared with me that BD Police Officer Matt has a line of hot sauces. He'll also be one of the vendors there. I hope I get this right, Flaming Culo hot sauces?
Yes.
Okay, so this is great. Officer Matt, or if anyone knows BD Police Officer Matt, give us a call on the studio line. 885-4446. I love that we have a BD police officer that has a line of hot sauces.
Yeah, and to the rest of the BD Police Department, if you didn't know, you need to come down and razz him and make sure you pick up some hot sauces from him.
Absolutely. I was really touched with one of the activities that will be available for folks to participate in, the thank you cards that both kids and grown-ups will have a chance to sign or make. What will you be doing with those thank you cards, Karen?
So we have a station where, like Amy said, you can sign cards or you can make cards. Both adults and kids can make the cards, which is, I think, fun because sometimes we get to have our inner child come out while we're designing some cards. And then we've partnered with another organization that sends care packages overseas. So if they are for military, we send them overseas. If they are for our law enforcement, we try to get them to local law enforcement departments so that people know they're appreciated.
That's really nice. Very thoughtful. Just like you. Very thoughtful. We're talking with Karen Lanser this morning. She is the founder and president of Heroes for Heroes. They have their second annual Heroes Fest that we're going to check out, have a lot of fun, support a great cause that's coming up on Sunday, September September 8th from 10 to 3 at Bears Brothers Cafe in Watertown, which again, such a cool place. Thank you again for being here and for bringing in the stories of the veterans who have received a dog through Heroes for Heroes. I'd like to share Ron's story.
Yes, please.
Hi, my name is Ron. I am a Marine veteran with over 12 years of service. While on active duty, my primary military occupational specialty was 0331 machine guns. One of my many deployments was Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm. I've seen plenty of death, both in training and in war. Some of their faces I still see today, friends and foes alike. I have been diagnosed with PTSD from my time in the service. My therapist at the Milwaukee VA has recommended that I get a service dog to help me with my physical and mental issues. Thank you to Ron for both his service and for sharing his story. When you're able to match a dog with a veteran, Karen, what is that? What is that like? Like, is there like a special celebration, or what is that like when you present the dog to their companion?
So the process, let's kind of start from the beginning. I start talking with a veteran, about what they're looking for. They fill out an application, which it's not a short application. It's about 24 pages long. And then I pair them up with the trainer we get our dogs from.
Okay.
And then they kind of talk through like their lifestyle and what they're looking for in a dog and what they need their dog to do, because each dog is trained to match that veteran. So that way, it's not just here's a dog, we hope it works.
Right.
We want to set the veteran and the dog up to be a successful pair. So with that, they get to meet their dog when they decide on one, and we get it ready for them. And then they kind of walk with the trainer through training, and then at that point, after it's done, I go with them when they get their dogs to document that first moment together.
Yeah.
Just because for me it's heartwarming to see and to see how they can actually change. But I also want them to be able to capture that, because they may not at the time. Like, it's a lot. You know, it's new. So we'll just share it out. I try to, encourage spouses or family if they want to come. But I would love to make it a big ceremony, but at the same time, I also feel it's a very personal moment for both of them. So
it really is very intimate and emotional.
Yep.
What's the average time, after, the application goes through and you're trying to pair a veteran with a dog, find that perfect match. What's the average time for the wait involved?
It's about 90 days.
Okay.
So from when the veteran and the trainer decide on like what dog they want, it's about 90 days.
Okay.
Give or take a little bit, but we try to do it in 90 days.
We had mentioned the Facebook page for folks to get the details of the upcoming second annual Heroes for Heroes Fest coming up on Sunday, September 8th. Is that the best way for people to reach out to you? Or is there another way, like a veteran or someone who has a veteran that they would like to have the opportunity to be paired with a dog? How do they get in touch with you?
So they can do our Facebook page, or our website is heroesforheroeswi.org, and that is also listed on our Facebook page. And I can also share my contact information with you, Amy, if you guys have a spot for it to make sure. But
that'd be great. We'd appreciate that very much. The second annual Heroes Fest is happening on Sunday, September 8th, 10 to 3 at Bears Brothers Cafe in Watertown, supporting Heroes for Heroes, which is a wonderful nonprofit organization that raises money to support local veterans and first responders by providing them with a fully trained service dog at no cost. So events like the second annual Heroes Fest, so very, very important to raise those dollars, to get those dogs, to get them paired with veterans and our first responders. And this is an easy thing for folks to do, to go out, have a great time supporting such a great, worthwhile cause, just a day of fun. Let's talk about let's walk through the day of fun again. Again, people can go to the Facebook page for Heroes for Heroes. You'll get the schedule for the upcoming Heroes Fest, but you're starting to check in some volunteers there right at 9:30 in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we have some coming at 8. We have volunteers and vendor check-ins starting at 8:30 and 9. And then we have Pause for Heroes dog walk, so dogs are welcome and encouraged to come. That's just kind of a free walk that you can just enjoy throughout the day. And then we have the military ceremony at noon with our national anthem, the canine demonstration at 12:30. We do have a couple veteran coming to speak to say how his dog has impacted his life.
Oh, that's really nice.
He was the
for
one that
him to do
received the
that.
dog last year, so he's coming
Great.
back.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. I'm excited for
Yeah.
that one. And he already makes me cry. And then we have the 2 live musicians, Abby Spencer and Tim O'Grady Jr. We have Party Paul DJ that's going to be playing music all day on the other end. We have raffles, silent auction. There's a gift card game that you can play. We have the thank you cards. We have dog games at the in the doggy park, and there's going to be doggy pools.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the free dog games because you have some really fun things
Yes.
like paw painting. Okay, so put the paint on the paws. They can make a little picture.
Yep.
Folks can take that home, of course. What other kinds of free dog games will be happening?
So there is we call it duck diving. There's some ducks in a pond, and some of them have X's, and your dog can win a prize, or they can win a tennis ball, or whatever. They can find a treat hidden in a muffin tin, and they can keep the treat or the tennis ball. Or all of our activities are free. The event is free to attend. And we have the shopping. I think we said we had 40 some vendors
40
coming.
vendors.
Yep, that
That's
you can come and check
incredible.
out.
All that great food. And those, I just keep thinking about those crepes. Okay, they're so good.
Crepes.
I want crepes. So just start your day off with breakfast at the second annual Heroes Fest. Again, the thank you cards that kids and grown-ups can make, those are also free. That will be going to veterans in veteran homes, VA hospitals, or those that are currently in active duty in the military. The silent auction, the bucket raffle, a lot of great items for folks to win there. And again, it's all about supporting such a great cause. Are you going to get a temporary tattoo? Word is temporary tattoos are going to be available.
There's going to be some temporary tattoos.
I love
Yep.
it. And again, really looking forward to the canine demonstrations. Thanks to Watertown Police Officer Hensley and Canine Officer Chance. That's going to be really cool to see. And we haven't gotten a call yet about Beaver Dam Police Officer Matt and his line of hot sauces. The Flaming Culo hot sauces, just one of the many vendors, one of 40 vendors that will be a part of the second annual Heroes Fest. What else would you like to share with us, Karen? We have a couple minutes left in the show.
Just that, we thank everybody that does come out and support us. Just know that whether you're attending events or if you're a business that's donating or you're volunteering your time, you're not only saving the life of a veteran or first responder that gets a dog, but you're changing the lives of their family and friends. And that's huge to let them know that there's support out there, and just spread the word. And please come see us and have a good time on Sunday, September 8th.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good time. And you had a really important question for our producer, Wally. This is Wally's second day all by himself up there in the Slumberland Furniture Studios, producing Hometown Today along with Ninja here down in the Daily Dodge TV studios. It is a true team effort here at 100 Bill McCullum Way. And I always hesitate a little bit when I say Wally's last name, but I think I've got it, Lukaczynski. And you had a question for Wally.
What's Wally stand for? What's it short for?
It is for Walter.
Oh,
Walter.
It is Walter. Okay,
Thanks,
you.
Walter. Wally.
Thanks, Walter. There's a great song by Ben Folds 5 called, I think it's Uncle Walter. So we'll have to bust that out for Wally Lukaczynski. We will continue to talk about the upcoming second annual Heroes Fest. Again, happening on Sunday, September 8th from 10 to 3. Bears Brothers Cafe in Watertown is where this fun day for such a great cause will be happening. Please follow the Facebook page. And what was your website again, Karen?
Heroes for Heroes, WI.org.
Got it. Really wonderful to see you again. And
Thank you for
really,
having me.
well, you are very welcome. And I hope everything goes great on next Sunday. I will be out of town with my family. When you were here last time, I had shared with you that my nephew Max had
Yes.
just enlisted in the Marines. So my family will be back, and we're all getting together to celebrate Max and his sister, who's starting med school in Iowa. There's a lot going on, but I wish you the best on Sunday, September 8th. I wish I could be there. I know it's going to be a great day, and I hope that you'll come back and visit us again here on Hometown Today.
Definitely. And good luck, Max. There's
Oh.
people supporting you.
Thank you, Karen. Appreciate it very much. Karen Lanser, the founder and president of Heroes for Heroes, with us here this morning on Hometown Today. Please mark your calendar for Sunday, September 8th. Make your way to Watertown to the Bears Brothers Cafe and have a great time from 10 to 3 during the second annual Heroes Fest. We are off to the movies, back to school style. Do you have a favorite movie that you remember growing up, Karen, that dealt with something school or like back to school? The first one that pops to my mind is The Breakfast Club. I actually saw that in the theater. I'm that old.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that one. The one that's circulating now in my head all the time is Mean Girls.
Oh my! And I have yet to see that.
I haven't seen the new one, but it's the older one. And like the line that sticks out in my head is, "You don't even go here."
Well, I wonder if we'll be talking about that one today when we're off to the movies along with Ninja and Wally. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor, covering your floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hometown Today takes you to the movies with Ninja and Hudson on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Well, I forgot the freshly popped popcorn with a lot of butter and maybe some of that fake sprinkled cheddar cheese on it. I like that.
It's one of the few places where that cheese is good.
Regardless, we are off to the movies.
We are.
So excited because we haven't done this feature in quite a while.
We haven't.
And we are still live in the Daily Dodge TV studio. I'm extra excited because Ninja is here with me at the desk. Usually he's behind the big monitor. And we have Wally in the Slumberland Furniture Studios all together, not just for any Back to the Movies feature, at the movies feature. This is back to school style. There are some amazing movies. I love that Karen, who is with us from Heroes for Heroes, had mentioned Mean Girls.
Right.
When I think about going back to school, the first movie that does pop to my mind is the obvious one, The Breakfast Club.
Of course.
But I saw that in the theater. So,
right.
you know, and I'm a Gen Xer for real. So that really resonated. And I have no idea what we will be talking about while we are at the movies. So, should we start?
I mean, we can. I know we got a short segment for you for the top of the hour, but I will say we're going to start with talking about what's in theaters right now.
Okay.
We're going to give a quick bit of time for that, just because people might want to go to the theater this weekend. Long weekend for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's
great way to kill some time.
That's right.
So we're going to talk about a few of those. We'll start with one that's definitely not a family movie, but it's worth seeing. It's still in theaters now, making so much money, and it's so good if you're at all the dork or love action films or anything. Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, okay. Together. All right. What is
Such
this
a good
all
movie.
about?
Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's Deadpool and Wolverine partnering up for a film in the Marvel series.
Is Hugh Jackman Wolverine?
Hugh Jackman came back as Wolverine.
Oh, how did I not hear about this?
There is a great scene, not spoiling anything, there's a great scene where yet again he is shirtless. And I don't care who you are, you see that and you're just like, my goodness, what a specimen of a man. Wally, you agree with me on this one, I'm sure?
Oh, absolutely. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, just looks amazing. And so all around, great film, well worth checking out. Does a lot of fan service. It's exactly what you'd want from this film. So highly recommend checking that one out if you have time. If you're not into the Marvel world, I get it. That's fine. Maybe you don't want to see something that type of thing. Maybe you want sci-fi. Okay. How about Alien Romulus?
Oh, okay. Now, this is one I have heard of and one that I am looking forward to because, again, I'm in my 50s. I remember when Alien came out. My brother was a huge fan. So I've seen all the movies in the franchise. So what is this one all about?
This one is going to kind of fit you right into the story there of the earlier Alien movies. We're not talking like Prometheus and all those. We're talking about the earlier stuff, the Ridley Scott stuff. It is 2 hours long. It is rated R because it is more of a sci-fi horror. Like this is the scary alien. This is we don't know when the face huggers are going to pop out.
Oh.
And of course, keep in mind, special effects have gotten better, so it's going to be graphic.
Is Sigourney Weaver in this one?
I don't believe so. I don't believe she's making a cameo, at least not that I have been informed. But the cast on it is a lot of relatively no names, which is nice because it means you're not going in there looking for a star power to carry it.
True.
You can really put a lot of it into the story. Wally, any fan of the Alien movies there?
Believe this or not, I actually only watched the first Alien for the first time a week ago because of this movie. I'm trying to catch all these movies up before I watch that one.
I feel like you can probably watch the first Alien, maybe then Aliens, and then watch this and be fine.
Okay.
You don't have to have gone into 3 and 4 and the Predator movies that are somehow tied in and all that other stuff. 1, 2, and this, and you're good.
All right, I like that. So make note of that, Wally, so you don't have to spend your entire holiday weekend in front of a screen.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We are at the movies with Wally and Ninja here on Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor and so much more, brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful, historic downtown Beaver Dam. We have another world-famous brat fry
We do,
tomorrow. Really looking forward to checking out JB Mechanical's new location. So this is part of what we'll be celebrating. Their new location is 805 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. The world-famous brat fry will be right there at 805 Park Avenue from 11 to 1. That's what I was struggling with. 11 to 1 is when our Brat Fry will be happening. And we're going to help them celebrate Brat Fry style. They're celebrating 8 years as your local HVAC contractor servicing commercial, residential, and industrial clients. And have you heard about these amazing prizes that people get to register for at JB Mechanical during the Brat Fry?
The one that's really standing out to me is they're giving away a furnace.
I did a double take when I saw this. Yes. So folks that come out tomorrow to JB Mechanical, again, new location, 805 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam, during the Brat Fry from 11 to 1, you can register to win a brand new furnace, fall preventative maintenance check on your heating system, a filter, 2 sets of brewer tickets. And I just got my brewer shirt at American Family Field a couple weeks ago. And you must register to win these amazing prizes during the Brat Fry, again, tomorrow from 11 to 1. And the winners will be drawn at 1 o'clock. We should see whomever is there from our team to capture that, because I would flip out if I won a brand new furnace. So, oh my goodness. And race cars. So this is new.
Race cars?
We just learned yesterday that numerous local race cars will also be on display tomorrow at JB Mechanical during the Brat Fry from 11 to 1. And not just the cars, Ninja and Wally. You get to meet the drivers.
Nice.
Take some photos. Hop in that car, unless you're
Except
Wade
for
Bates.
Wade Bates, right?
And of course, cheer on and support our great local race community. So all this fun, all these amazing prizes, all part of the world famous Brat Fry at JB Mechanical at 805 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam tomorrow from 11 to 1. Don't miss it. We will continue to movie it up because we are at the movies this hour with Wally and Ninja here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Their friends and neighbors on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
We're at the movies, back to school style this hour on Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. I just ran down a flight of stairs from the Silverland Furniture Studio. So, yeah, and as soon as I heard Randy welcoming us back to the show, I'm like, okay, gotta book it, gotta go.
Luckily, we had a nice little bumper music in there. I mean, a little "Don't You Forget About Me." Very reminiscent of Breakfast Club.
I do remember sitting in the Getz Theater with my friends Teresa and Tracy on a Friday night seeing the Breakfast Club in whatever year that came out. What was that?
Oh,
like
boy.
84, 85?
Yeah.
So
I don't remember the exact year because 84, 85, I was 1, 2.
Oh boy! Did I walked right into that.
That's all right. Wally wasn't even around yet.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, Breakfast Club by hands down one of my favorite back to school movies. I will still watch it whenever I have a chance. I think it holds well.
It does. It really does. And there's a great documentary out there. I don't remember if it's on Netflix or Amazon, but it follows one of the members of the Brat Pack as he talks about how we all think of Brat Pack and we think like, oh, those are really cool kids and we love the movies and we love everything about them. They, as members of the Brat Pack, hated being labeled the Brat Pack.
Yeah, I've watched the documentary where oh gosh, now I can't think of his name. The skinny one, really like him.
Yeah, is it Andrew?
Andrew McCarthy.
Yeah.
Where he just decides
That's
to.
what I'm talking about,
Yeah, he did not do well. I think he suffered the most out of that group. For folks that haven't had a chance to see the Brat Pack documentary, it's really worthwhile. And Breakfast Club did come out in 85.
85.
Yes.
Okay.
I was 15, just for reference. So that movie really resonated with me, and I've often tried to figure out, well, which character would I have been in the Breakfast Club? I was Ali Sheedy's character.
You think so?
I do. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. Not quite so extreme, but a little bit.
Well, before we dive into more of those high school movies, a couple more films to talk about in theaters for you.
Okay.
How do you feel about Channing Tatum?
It doesn't really matter.
No?
I don't feel about him like I feel about Lenny Kravitz.
Okay, I can understand that. Yeah.
He's not really on my radar.
I will say he is proving himself to be a better and better actor all the time. A lot of people think of him as kind of eye candy. You know, Magic Mike is a great example.
I've never seen that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, worth watching. Joe Manganiello was in it, and he's great.
Now I'm watching. Yeah,
There you go.
Loved him from True Blood from that series. Yeah.
There you go. Check it out. But there's a movie out. It's rated R. It's kind of a psychological thriller, mystery thriller kind of thing called Blink Twice.
Okay.
Really good cast on it. With Naomi Ackie's in it, Channing Tatum's in it, Christian Slater's in it. It's a fairly decent cast. It is a mess with your head film, and it really shows that Channing Tatum's got range.
Can you tell us what it's about? What the whole Blink Twice thing means?
I don't want to really give it away, but the trailer does a great job.
Okay.
Because basically, it's two people talking. Channing Tatum's just watching the conversation, and the guy's like, "Hey, blink twice if you're being held here against your will." And she blinks twice.
Oh, boy.
And he's like, whoa, we're all friends here. Like, this is, and it's almost like he's this rich guy who's very charismatic, who's able to convince people through potentially chemical means and otherwise to stay on his private island. And, yeah, it messes with your head. So
I'm creeped out just from you sharing that.
Yeah, might be one worth checking out. If you want a different type of psychological thriller, maybe that's not your thing. You want maybe more of an action psychological thriller. And this might be something you saw when you were younger. How about The Crow?
Oh my goodness. Love The Crow. Love the soundtrack from the movie. My Aunt Helen had it on VHS. Huge fan. And then, of course, such a tragedy.
Absolutely.
With the loss of Brandon. I forgot. This was. Is it being re-released? Is it a reboot? What's going on?
It is a reboot of the series,
Okay.
and I'm torn because I love the original
Same.
movie, much like
you
yourself.
can't top that.
But Bill Skarsgård, he's been known to really take on those roles that are a little bit more interesting and different.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, people know him from It. He was Pennywise the Clown.
All right.
He did the recent movie Boy Kills World, where that movie didn't get a lot of good reviews, but his character was well liked. I have high hopes, but they are changing the story for this one.
That was my next question.
It's supposed to be more in line with the comic and less with the movie, but I feel like the movie did a really good job prior. And I almost feel like they changed the story because they didn't want to replace that movie because that movie is a staple.
Yeah, you can't replace it.
You absolutely can't.
Okay, hearing you share that makes me want to see it. Is that out now or coming out?
It is out now. You can go see it now in theaters.
Okay.
It is about 2 hours long. It's an hour and 51 minutes. It is rated R, but it looks like it's going to be really good. A lot of action sequences. I think if you're a fan of The Crow, you're going to like it. If you're a super fan of The Crow, don't nitpick it.
Okay.
Go in to enjoy it, and you probably will walk out pleasantly surprised.
All right. Good to know.
And last but not least, one for the family, one for the kids, because I got to include one for them.
Of course.
Inside Out 2.
Oh,
I love the original.
My oldest daughter has seen that movie, really enjoyed it. We had some friends that went last weekend, really enjoyed it. What is Riley up to in Inside Out 2?
I mean, Riley's now a teenager. And,
I
that
better go
means
see this because
extra emotions coming in. We've all been there. We all remember being teenagers, and it's a tough time for kids. So all the new emotions coming in, all the original cast coming back. So Amy Poehler is Joy, which is awesome. Then they're bringing in some others like Anxiety, and obviously Disgust is still there.
Do we know who is voicing Anxiety?
Maya Hawke.
Okay.
I don't know the name,
No.
but I'm sure they're going to do a great job. But yeah, I mean, Lewis Black back as Anger, which did a great job with that before.
Perfectly cast.
So yeah, I'm highly looking forward to this one. Out of all the like Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, all those like series of animation companies, Inside Out was one of those that I felt like was original enough, but still relatable. Parents could love it, kids could love it. So go check that one out. Hour and a half long, PG movie. Take your kids to it. Be a great thing to do this weekend.
All right, I love that. We are at the movies with Ninja and Wally this hour on Hometown Today. I think you had left the building when our friend Diana Ogle popped in yesterday. She brought 2 beautiful plants for me and Sherry. I love plants. We've got a pretty peace lily down here in the Daily Dodge TV studios. Whether it's plants or a flower, they really add the perfect balance of color, beauty, and style to a home or your office. Like now, thanks to Diana, Sherry and I have a couple of nice plants in there. I love fresh flowers, and knowing that they can increase productivity and elevate our moods makes me love them even more. And especially, if we have something new in the mix, we have new goals or something that we're trying to achieve, they're a good mood booster, flowers, and they help decrease anxiety. We were just talking about anxiety. So decrease that anxiety and stress while increasing your overall happiness. And those who are exposed to fresh flowers typically do experience fewer negative feelings. Fresh flowers and plants are very beneficial when it comes to purifying the air in your home or your workplace, and they take in the air we breathe and expel it as fresh oxygen. So no matter the season, any type of blooms with vibrant colors really do add a lively feeling to any space. And who doesn't want a mood booster? For a mood booster, give Jean's Floral a call or pop down over there. Take a look around. You'll find something that will add excitement to your home or your workplace, and flowers and gifts also there for you. Really thoughtful giving and casual living. Visit Jean's Beaver Floral in downtown Beaver Dam. You can also order online at jeansbeaverfloral.com, and be sure to follow them on Facebook too. Jean's Beaver Floral, voted Beaver Dam's #1 florist year after year. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. More movie talk as we continue to be at the movies this hour here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hi, it's Randy from Professional Floor Covering, bringing you Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
The song will always pop the school bus visual from Ferris Bueller's Day Off into my head. The end of that horrible day for the principal who was chasing Ferris all over, and he just wants a seat on the bus. You know, he's all
That's all he
disheveled, clothes
needs.
are ripped, doesn't have his shoes. He's offered warm gummy bears from someone's pocket. We are at the movies, back to school style, this morning here on Hometown Today. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, another one in my mind that still holds up after all these years.
It really does. Great movie. Matthew Broderick, by the way, an
Brilliant.
absolute gem.
Yes.
Absolute gem in that movie. And then Jennifer Grey.
Yes, I wish she wouldn't have
Wish she
had
wouldn't
her
have fixed her
nose
nose.
done.
Yeah, she was
she's so cute.
She's still a very beautiful woman.
Yes.
But that was such a unique feature, and
Yeah.
she was amazing. Charlie Sheen.
Oh my gosh, I was just going to mention Charlie Sheen. Drugs, you got them. No Charlie Sheen. That was so funny. It's great.
Oh, such a good movie. Another one of those films that, in that Brat Pack era, and just well worth watching. And everybody wanted to be Ferris, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like, how could you not want to be Ferris?
Yeah.
Or are you related to Cameron?
I love Cameron.
One of the two.
Yeah, poor Cameron.
Yeah,
I'll talk
poor
about
Cam.
anxiety.
Yeah.
Can you? 86, Ferris Bueller's Day Off came out.
Oh, yeah. Because I know, obviously, 86, I was 3. So I saw it later on video.
Again, I experienced it in the theater. I was 16.
But I mean, for me, like, I think the one scene that stood out to me the most out of everything was the dancing in the parade, singing along.
Absolutely, to the Beatles, Twist and Shout. And that scene wasn't full of extras. They
Right.
were people just working and living in downtown Chicago.
Exactly. They were just dancing along, and they're like, start filming them. It
was great.
Great scene, and I think everybody out there at that moment was like, I wish I had that level of confidence.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, great film. Well, I was able to pull up here from our friends at Ranker the top, and they really narrowed it down, top funny movies about school.
Oh.
But we're going to bring in other school movies as well. We're going to talk about our favorites as well. But I figured we'd run through a few of these on the list. I'll skip over some as we go through.
Okay.
And we'll see how many we remember. And this is across a very wide variety of time frames. The first one on the list I'll mention, this is ranked number 21 on the list, She's All That.
Oh, I never saw it, but I remember the soundtrack. And
Came out in 99, so probably late for you for your like high school movie watching.
yeah, I was in my 20s, and I can picture the guy character.
Freddie
because-
Prinze Jr..
Yes, married
Yeah.
to Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Great film. This had, I think, like the 90s version of the Rat Pack in it. Freddie Prinze Jr., Rachel Lee Cook, Matthew Lillard, good
Did you mean
cast.
Brat Pack?
Yes. Did I say Rat Pack?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
sorry.
I don't think they were that swinging. But
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, Matthew Lillard. I mean, he's pretty awesome. But I mean, this had that storyline that people either loved or hated, like she's the nerdy frumpy girl, and I bet I can make her, prom queen and homecoming queen or whatever, and look at how she transforms and from the ugly duckling into the swan. The story, the concept behind it's like, all right, by today's standards, like it's been there, done that, but it was such a fun film.
Was it a group of like not so nice girls that wanted to transform?
It was
her,
actually
or a group of
Freddie
guys?
Prinze Jr. was one of these guys who was like, "Oh, I'm captain of the football team,"
I'm so cool.
And he's like, "I'm so cool," and I think he breaks up with his girlfriend. And if this is a spoiler, I'm sorry, this movie's been out since 1999.
Yeah, we're not going to worry
Get
about
over
spoiling it.
But he's basically like, "I'm so cool, I could literally pick any girl in the school and turn her into the prom queen by prom."
Okay.
And they're like, "Oh, prove it." And so he was like, all right, who's the frumpiest? All right, there she is. She's the one. And, of course, if you know who Rachel Lee Cook is, she's an absolute gorgeous actress and has done some great things. Josie and the Pussycats, she was in.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, she played Josie. So,
they
she's done
fall
a
in
lot of
love?
stuff. They do, of course. And then everybody's so happy. And
right.
yeah,
She's
so that
all
one's a
that.
good one.
Okay.
Let's go back to, I'm hoping Wally's seen this one. If he has, I'm going to feel so bad. Let's go back to 1985. You ready for this one?
I don't know. Are we?
Teen Wolf.
With Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox.
Classic. Was that also that wasn't a John Hughes film though, was it?
It wasn't, but it was actually directed by Rod Daniel.
Okay.
Great film. If you love Michael J. Fox, great time for him. I mean, this was in the midst of Family Ties plus
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future films. You know, it was the heyday for Michael J. Fox.
It really was. And it's a fun movie.
It is a fun movie, and good enough that they made a TV show spinoff, recently for Teen Wolf.
And a cartoon. Wasn't it also a cartoon, I think, in the 80s?
There may have been. Now,
Yeah.
Wally, feel free to chime in on any of these. Have you seen Teen Wolf?
This is going to be the first of many times I disappoint you, Ninja.
Me and Wally are going to have a lot of movie watching sessions here coming up soon.
What was the name of his best friend who was kind of like the cool hipster dude who had the van, was a surfer? I love that character.
I don't remember the name of the friend.
Okay, it's all good.
It's a good movie, though. Highly worth checking out. And if you're wondering, apparently it's available on Prime Video. So just go check it out there if you got Amazon Prime.
Boof. I remember Boof because she always had a crush on the Teen Wolf.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's go a little bit more, I don't want to say more modern, but it is more modern. We're going to go to 2003. This is right after I graduated high school. They're actually making a sequel to this coming up here soon, Freaky Friday.
Okay, I'm really going to blow your mind now, okay? I remember seeing Freaky Friday at the Skyview, the original one, with Jamie Lee Curtis, and I can't remember who. Jodie Foster, I think, was in the original one. Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Well, this is going to be Freaky Friday with Jamie Lee Curtis, Lindsay Lohan. Mark Harmon is coming back to play his role in it again. They're doing a remake of it, but this was the original. High school adjacent, in the sense that she's a high school student, and having to navigate going to school while all this body swapping is going on. How about this one, Wally?
Oh, of course. Lindsay Lohan was one of my first loves of my life.
I don't blame you. Don't blame you at all.
Oh, you guys, I was 6
When the
Freaky
first one
Friday came out. Okay.
It's been a while.
It's a
been a while.
great movie. Yeah.
It is a great movie. Highly worth checking out. I mean, all of them are good. The whole body swapping thing, it's a great story, whether it be like Big. I loved Big.
Me too.
They're just fun to watch.
Yeah.
Worth checking out. We're going to skip over number 18 because although it's a good movie, I think number 17 is one we got to talk about. Number 17 from 1986, Pretty in Pink.
Oh, my goodness. Again, another fantastic John Hughes film. Really, really great movie, and I love the soundtrack.
Amazing
I love
soundtrack.
Molly Ringwald, Andrew McCarthy,
John Cryer.
John Cryer, who the original
Ducky.
ending, she was supposed to end up with Ducky.
Right.
Audiences hated it when they were testing it,
Which makes me so sad because
Yeah.
I would have thought that'd be a better ending.
And Andrew McCarthy had shaved all of his hair.
That's
And
right, he
then
had to wear a
He had to
wig.
wear a wig because when they had to reshoot the ending of the film, he was completely bald. So he's done interviews talking about how wildly uncomfortable that was.
Oh, I imagine.
And James Spader in Pretty in Pink.
Yes.
Really such a strong cast, great story. And I still love If You Leave from OMD. Every time I hear that song, I always think about Pretty in Pink. And of course, the Psychedelic Furs did the title cut, Pretty in Pink.
Right. So, yeah, absolutely a great movie. Wally, again, chime in here, buddy.
Yeah, Molly Ringwald. When you think about these kind of high school movies, she's kind of a Mount Rushmore figure for me.
She really
you
is.
see her and you just are like, oh, cool, we're just going to sit down and have an outstanding 2 hours. High school, we're all having a blast.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
going to be
absolutely.
good. And I really like her character in Riverdale. If you guys have seen any of the Riverdale
I haven't. My
shows.
wife has watched all of them. I'm a big Archie Comics fan, so I'm afraid to get into it because I know it's an edgier Riverdale
You'll
than
like
the
it.
comics.
I think you'd like it.
But I may have to give it. I'm a Jughead fan, so,
Of course. Oh, then you'll really like Riverdale.
All right.
Okay.
I'll have to give it a shot.
Trust me, Ninja.
I do trust you. And trust me, I am willing to bet that at least one of you has seen this film, although I'm going to tell you I have not.
Okay.
2004, Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, I actually have the DVD Love Napoleon Dynamite and that character. Have you guys seen the Tots commercial? Because Tots is a big part of the
No,
movie.
I haven't.
He's in a commercial for Ore-Ida Tater Tots and
Okay.
his top protector, reminiscent of a fanny pack. That's all
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say. I love Napoleon Dynamite.
I'm a fan as well of the concept. I just have never actually seen the movie.
Okay.
Only because when it first came out, everybody was so like, "You have to see this. It's the greatest thing ever." And I was like, "There's so many people forcing me into it. I'm afraid I've now thought it up so big. I'm gonna walk out disappointed."
Yeah.
And so I still haven't watched it. I think I'm almost to the point where I'm ready to go back and watch it.
Okay.
And I've seen the memes. You know, I understand we got to vote for Pedro. I got all of that down.
Vote for Summer.
Right, but we'll maybe make our way back to that one.
Okay.
And of course, John Heder is great.
Yes, he is.
Wally?
I was just going to say, I hate to be this guy, Amy. I think that it might be one of the most overrated movies of all time.
Really?
Goodness.
It's
Okay.
dry for the sake of being dry. And I like dry humor, but it's just like the soundtrack was the only thing I can hang my hat on there.
See, I can't, the only song I remember from the soundtrack is Jamiroquai. We play a song from him that's on that Napoleon Dynamite soundtrack.
Time after time, too. That's
Oh,
the one
that's
always pops up to me.
right. I have a high school reunion movie.
Yeah, what do you
It's
got?
probably not on your list. Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
Oh my goodness, yes. That was a mid to late 90s movie, I
It
believe.
was.
Yeah. Trying to think of who all was in that.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. But oh goodness gracious,
I
yeah,
know.
that was classic. It's like kind of like a Saturday Night Live spin-off into, I think, because they were Saturday Night Live actresses, I believe.
Well, you
Well,
had.
one was Lisa Kudrow.
I was just going to say you had Phoebe, Lisa
Right.
Kudrow, as one of the main characters, and then Mira Sorvino played
That's
her best
it.
friend, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had made up this story about inventing Post-its.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, what made me think of it is when Wally mentioned Time After Time from the Napoleon Dynamite soundtrack, because there's a beautiful dance scene between these two best friends, Romy and Michelle, where the geeky guy from their class ended up basically becoming Bill Gates. Helicopter, comes down and the girls get whisked off, and then they're wildly successful. But yeah, that's a fun movie.
That is a fun one. Another fun one, number 14 on the list here, 1982. So this is pre mine and Wally's time. But I've seen this movie. I love this movie.
I probably saw it in the theater.
Once I start giving you some of the people in it, you're probably going to know exactly what movie I'm talking about. Sean Penn, Jennifer Jason Leigh,
Fast Times at Ridgemont
Judge
High.
Reinhold, absolutely. Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I did not see that in the theater because I would not have been allowed to. I was 12 in 1982, and I honestly just saw the full and edited version of Fast Times about 6 years ago when we moved here. I would pop in movies as I was unpacking, and that was one of them, and so good.
Definitely
Great soundtrack.
Great. It made you want to be a teenager in California
During the 80s and go to the mall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All
who
right,
didn't want to?
Hamilton.
Yeah. And who didn't want to order a pizza to the classroom? Like, that would have been me, 100%. I would have been that kid trying to order a pizza to the classroom.
Gnarly. We are at the movies back to school style this hour on Hometown Today, which is brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor, and so much more. I've noticed leaves are changing color in my neighborhood. I even noticed that some of my beautiful plants in the backyard are looking different. I love gardening, love messing around in the yard with things like that. Always need to make sure the tools are sharpened up and ready to go. And if you're the same way, whether you have, big tools, small tools, anything with an edge, you can get it sharpened up at Pro Edge Sharpening. This is what they do, sharpen anything with an edge. I heard that scissors are really popular. People take in their knife sets, whether it is big or small, commercial or personal, really anything with an edge. Make your way over to Pro Edge Sharpening Services, division of Professional Floor Covering. So you'll find them right in the same place at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. Just go through Suite D and check them out online, proedge.com for Pro Edge Sharpening. We will be heading over to the Daily Dodge News Center for a local news, sports, and weather update, and we'll get it going with an update from ABC News here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
All right, we are at the movies, back to school style. When you mentioned Fast Times at Ridgemont High, this song, We Got the Beat, is
Great
the
song.
song for as it opens up and we get all those great shots of the mall, is the mall and like when they're going into school.
Right.
Yeah. Good stuff. So doing a little reminiscing some of our favorite back to school movies because it is back to school week for Beaver Dam. A lot of other districts. I know where your kiddos are in Waupun. In City on the Marsh, we head back to school next Tuesday.
Oh, lucky them.
So, no kidding. The Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering, Your Floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful, historic downtown Beaver Dam. What else do you have on your magical back-to-school movie list?
So we're going to go back into the 80s here again. 1987. I love this film. Adventures in Babysitting.
I've never seen this one.
It's such a cute film. I think they're actually remaking this one potentially as well.
Is Christina Applegate in that movie?
No, you're thinking Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Oh, so many
Yeah.
babysitters.
This one's interesting because it's got Elizabeth Shue in it and a few other actors. But essentially, daughter's got to babysit and she's got to, kind of keep control of these kids. But she also wants to go out on the town and have a good time.
Uh-oh,
and
you can't do both.
You can't do both. And trying to, manage these kids and handle the world of babysitting. But then, oh no, like some bikers and some tough guys, and she's got to be all big and tough. And, the things you have to do as a babysitter, the horror stories you hear if you're a young girl trying to, babysit in the 80s. And it's like, oh, careful.
Nothing like that happened. I was
No.
just watching old episodes of the Bob Newhart show after putting kids to bed and trying to stay awake.
Yeah,
no,
that sounds
no
about
motorcycle
right.
gangs. No.
Yeah, no. Raid the fridge and hopefully got something good in there.
That's
like
right.
Pudding cups.
Pudding cups.
I love a good pudding cup.
That was part of the fun of babysitting, the snacks.
Oh, yeah,
Seeing what
absolutely.
other people had in their house.
I used to babysit for a few family friends, and whenever they were like, hey, you have run of the fridge, I'm like, I can't wait to see what cool stuff they have that we don't have. Like, I didn't know Jell-O came in individual cups until I babysat for somebody. We always made ours in a big bowl.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can have individual Jell-Os? Oh, it was world-changing for me.
Well, only if you wash that down with a Capri Sun, a drink in a pouch.
Right?
What's cooler
Absolutely.
than that?
Actually, when I was babysitting, it was still Ecto coolers. So, yeah, if you remember the High C Ecto coolers.
You're killing me too, by the way, because Capri Suns yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw, they're going away from the pouches.
To
what?
what?
To what?
They're going with like a twist-off plastic bottle now. It broke my heart. Like, my day was ruined.
Okay, why are they doing this?
They're trying to ruin our childhoods. I
Is
don't
it
know.
cost effective for them?
They just hate fun.
I'm not. That is why you have a Capri Sun. It's in the pouch.
As a young man, I will be the first to admit that I would take the Capri Sun or the juice box, and after you emptied it, you fill it with air, put the straw in it so it seals it up, and then you can pop it. It was very loud.
I never.
That was a
knew
lunchtime
thing.
favorite thing to do.
Well, I'm upset now.
I can't do that with a screw top
Make
container.
us happy again. Well, can you be happy? This is really big news, Walter.
It broke my heart yesterday. I'm sorry I had to pass it along, but shared pain is better pain.
I mean, that's true.
We're gonna check into this and maybe start a campaign so they don't do this. They don't need like new Coke on their
First
hands.
away, they take away my Choco Tacos, and now I can't have a Capri Sun in a pouch.
All right, what's on your what else do you have there?
How about 1989? Now, I know, Wally, you had to have seen this. I know you have.
Oh boy!
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Of course, I saw it on beta. I'm not kidding.
Live on Betamax. Wow. We'll dig into that at another
Okay.
time.
It was my first department. The AV department at school had a sale, so I bought a Betamax player. Anyway,
When
yes.
the AV department at your school's getting rid of it, that
Yes,
tells you something.
I know.
Keanu Reeves, obviously, huge in this. Young. Alec Winter. George Carlin.
Yes.
Rufus.
Yeah.
Rufus. Yeah.
Spectacular.
Great movie, awesome. I've yet to see the latest in the series.
Me too, because they're married
Right.
and
Yeah.
shenanigans ensue. I really have no idea what they're up to in the new adventures.
And part of me is like, if it doesn't have George Carlin in it, can it still be a Bill and Ted movie?
Yeah.
Because he was such a great job. Rufus was the voice of reason
Yes.
for them. No matter how excellent they were, that was an important thing. Let's go a little bit newer. 2010.
Okay.
Emma Stone, Amanda Bynes,
Great call.
Easy A.
Never seen it.
No.
No.
Now, I know you probably were forced to read in school The Scarlet Letter.
Yes.
So we know what that's all about. Imagine that, but in a modern-day high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a young girl kind of gets accused of being a little promiscuous. And so she says, you know what, we're going to own it. To the point of even walking around school wearing a big old red A on her clothes.
Wow.
And all because she was trying to help a friend.
Okay.
So,
2010 that came out.
2010 that came out.
All right. Might have to watch that one.
If you're an Emma Stone fan, this was an earlier one for her when she was still in that young, I can play a high school age
Yeah.
before, getting to things like her modern movies. I'm trying to remember what the latest one she just did. But yeah, she's a great actress.
Pretty Little Things. Or
Yes,
something like
yeah.
that. Mhm.
But this is definitely early in her career, but well worth checking out.
Stanley Tucci also stole the show there in supporting role. He was fantastic as Emma Stone's father in that movie.
All right, I'm gonna have to watch that
yeah,
now. I love
forgot
him.
about that, and he steals the show in a lot of things.
Yeah, he does. He's
I love
fantastic.
Stanley Tucci. How about this one? Anthony Michael Hall, Mitchell Smith, Kelly LeBrock.
Weird Science.
Weird
I
Science.
just watched that a couple weeks ago. When I'm doing things around the house that are kind of boring, like folding clothes, I'll just put a movie on, and I watched that
Right.
a couple weeks ago. My husband came upstairs. He's like, "Weird Science." It's still funny.
It's a great one. It's a go-to. It's out there on Prime Video, Vudu, iTunes Store, probably on replays somewhere on some channel. Well worth checking out. The idea of these just like geeky guys who are like, we're going to make our own dream woman. Let's do it. Science can help us not be lonely loser high school boys.
Well, and a lot of movies from the 80s also involved kids throwing these wild parties while the parents
Oh,
were
my
out
goodness,
of town.
yes.
We don't see that so much anymore. That really was the thing, though, back in the 80s. I never threw any of those wild parties.
Yeah. No, me neither. No. Because in the 80s, I wasn't 10 yet.
Oh, my goodness.
My wildest party was probably my 6th birthday party.
Oh, that's crazy times.
Yeah, crazy times. We are in the top 10 now, so I'm going to throw a few of these out here. Let me know if any of them resonate with you.
Okay.
Number 9, Dazed and Confused.
Oh, yes. I can still hear Aerosmith's Sweet Emotion watching all those spectacular muscle cars pull in to the parking lot of the high school. I love the story. I thought it really represented that time well because being the youngest of 5 siblings, I saw the clothes, saw the cars, all those things. Just a great movie. And isn't that Matthew McConaughey's debut role?
It really is.
All right, all right.
One of those where, and I love the quote, but like you hate him for saying it.
Say it.
You know what I like about high school girls? I keep getting older. They stay the same age.
Oh, man.
Oh, Matthew McConaughey. and now he's hawking
fun.
Lincolns, so, he
he's
knows what
doing
he's
all
doing.
right.
Great film. How about 16 Candles?
Oh my goodness! Still
Another
one
John
of my
Hughes.
still one of my favorite movies.
Great film. Molly Ringwald again. Anthony Michael Hall again. Michael Scheffling. That was another one. It's so adorable and
It
cute.
is.
And,
I still heart Jake Ryan.
yes.
How can you not?
Yes. Number 7 on the list, 1999, American Pie.
Never seen it. What?
National Lampoon type film. Actually, I think it is officially National Lampoon's American Pie. Jason Biggs, Shannon Elizabeth, Allison Hannigan. Really good cast. It is really kind of the equivalent of like taking maybe Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Okay.
And maybe a little bit of, I'm going to go old school here and say Porky's, if you remember
That is
Porky's.
actually what I always, without seeing American
Right.
Pie, that's what I equated
It's
it
kind
to.
of a mashing together of the two. So if that was not your cup of tea, this would not be your cup of tea. Although it did spawn quite a few sequels, and quite a cast in it, actually.
Well, and I remember really liking the soundtrack. The soundtrack had a lot of great bands on it. Bands that were really popular, of course, at the time, like Blink-182, Sugar Ray, Dishwalla, Tonic. But I have no desire to see that movie.
Well, let's skip ahead to one that we've talked about a couple times now, The Breakfast Club. That came in
Yes.
number 5 on the list. What can we say about that film that hasn't been said before? It's such a well-rounded view into the high school stereotypes that still exist today.
Yep.
Like it's not even like it's a slice of the 80s pulled out. It's literally a slice of high school every day.
Agreed. Yeah, classic. One of my favorites.
Number 4 on the list. Love this film.
Oh, no.
Alicia Silverstone, Brittany Murphy.
Oh, Clueless.
Clueless.
Yes, another great film, another great soundtrack. And Phil Rudd is in that.
Yeah.
He plays her stepbrother.
Yeah. Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd,
Yeah.
Yes. Phil Rudd's the drummer from
Right.
AC/DC. He is not in Clueless.
We'd get there. And I mean, again, some of the most quotable stuff. I know you can be overwhelmed. I know you can be underwhelmed. Can you ever just be whelmed? Turns out you can, by the way. That is an actual word. Yeah, well worth checking out. Alicia Silverstone, amazing in it. Good enough that they made, again, a TV show off of it. So worth checking out. Number 3 on the list, Mean Girls. We talked about this one.
I still have yet to see it. Shame on me. I've also never seen Heathers.
I think Mean Girls better than Heathers, personally. Mean Girls, Lindsay Lohan again, Rachel McAdams, Tina Fey.
Love her.
Loved it as a movie. Thought the musical was actually really solid.
Okay.
Did not like the musical of the movie as a movie,
Got it.
which was the recent one they did. I don't know what they did there. Somebody dropped the ball on that one. But
right,
again,
so
a good one.
Wally and I don't have to watch that this weekend.
Number 2 and number 1, I think, are both amazing films. If you haven't seen these, you have to watch them. I love both. I'm going to start with the number 1, and then I'm going to go with number 2 because I would switch them in my heart.
Okay.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off came in number 1 on their list.
Wow. Okay.
Great movie. We talked about it. We love
Right.
it. Another John Hughes movie. Again, Charlie Sheen, Matthew Broderick. Just a great cast all around. And well worth of the deserving for the number 1 spot. But for me, in my age category, I've got to go with 1999, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Julia Stiles, Heath Ledger, 10 Things I Hate About You.
I have yet to see that movie.
Oh, my goodness. Such an amazing
And
film.
one of my daughters just watched it.
If you're a fan of Shakespeare,
Yeah.
you're going to know Taming of the Shrew. You're going to say, oh, this is exactly what this storyline is. It is so good. It's the movie that made me fall in love with Heath Ledger as an actor. It's the movie that made me say Julia Stiles is an absolute gem. Forget Save the Last Dance. Forget her roles in the Jason Bourne films. This was her. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt as this absolute dorky, losery kind of guy in high school, just trying to get the girl he likes. Is just so perfect. Especially when you look at him now, where he's kind of become a sex symbol in the acting world. He's such he's built. He does a lot of weightlifting.
Is he in the Kingsman movies?
He's not in the Kingsman movies. He's done a couple other things though. But he did one where he was like a bicyclist or whatever, like a bike delivery guy. I forget what it was called, but like he's worked out. He's people look at him and they're like, yeah, he knows what he's doing. And back then you were like, who's this scrawny little kid? Like this was in the same time frame where Joseph Gordon-Levitt was doing Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, wow.
So that kind of scrawny, nerdy kind of thing. Well worth it. I would put that above Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Fight me if you want.
Yeah,
That's
we're
just
gonna
me.
fight.
But
We're gonna arm wrestle right now.
they are
on
both
Daily
in
Dot
1 and 2
Studios.
spot. I'm so gonna lose. Yeah, so that's my thoughts. Guys, what do you think?
I think that was a solid list of really great back to school movies, and it's fun to reminisce and think about where we were when we saw those movies for the first time, who we were watching them with. And I would have put Breakfast Club at number 1 and
think so?
probably Ferris at number 2.
Was there anything that didn't make the list you thought should have?
Absolutely.
What do you got?
Flabbergasted that Grease never came up. And on top of that, there was no sports movies like Varsity Blues, a fantastic high school football movie.
Oh, yeah, and another great soundtrack for Varsity Blues. Yeah,
Yeah.
Grease, I guess so. I would have had to, I agree with
Maybe
that.
they were
Wally.
outside the top 20. Maybe they didn't quite get the votes.
That's tough to believe.
That is tough to believe. I know Charlie.
I'm still dealing with Capri Suns not being in pouches.
I know Charlie gave us some on his printout that he gave you that included like Hoosiers, I think, was on there.
High School Musical.
High School Musical was a big one. There's
Friday
a lot
Night
of great
Lights.
Friday Night Lights, yeah. A lot of good stuff out there, high school related. But I feel like, do they all have that same resonating feel? Do they all make you feel the same way? Some of these, I think, the '80s and high school went together hand in hand.
He really did. I was there, living it.
Yeah. When I was in high school, I looked like I was out of the '80s. I was the white T-shirt, jeans. The only thing I was missing was a pack of cigarettes rolled up in the sleeve.
Oh my gosh, yeah, there was a smoking section at my high school. I just want to make sure we have captured everything on Charlie's list. Yep, we got them. So I need to see Friday Night Lights, Hoosiers, and High School Musical.
There you
and,
go.
10 Things I Hate About You.
10 Things I Hate About You.
All right.
Worth checking out.
Well, thank you for taking us to the movies
My
this morning
pleasure.
on
Anytime.
Hometowns Day. And Wally, thank you for doing such a great job producing the show today from the Slumberland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV Studios. With it being a holiday weekend, we get an extra day of live music at the Thirsty Beaver. They always have amazing bands and artists playing at the Thirsty Beaver. You'll find it at 500 Madison Street. Check them out online at thirstybeaverdd.com. Music all weekend long in their amazing party yard right there on beautiful Beaver Dam Lake. So tonight, Dixie Duncan performs at 6. DJ Ryan will be spinning tomorrow from 7 to 11. Benign Addiction hits the stage this Saturday from 7 to 11. You can check out the Alimony Band on Sunday from 7 to 11. And on Monday, the Labor Day holiday, Elwood and Mike Duo performing at 2 p.m. And as we look ahead, the next Becky's Bingo, you want to get this on your calendar, the next Becky's Bingo will be held Wednesday, September 11th. That will get going at 7 o'clock. And then the next Meal Basket Meat Raffle will be Saturday, September 28th, starting at 2 p.m. Always a lot of fun to be had at the Thirsty Beaver at 500 Madison Street in Beaver Dam, and again online at thirstybeaverdd.com. Thank you again for taking us to the movies, Ninja. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And Wally, appreciate you.
You guys are
producing the show today.
You're the best, Wally.
Aw, Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. And brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.